Hey everybody, welcome back to another Tuesday Tie Tip. Today, what I want to talk about is just give you a few tips for how to teach new drivers. I'm sitting in the passenger seat of one of our Honda Civics here, and I might have a passenger side brake pedal, but I'm guessing when you're teaching whoever you're teaching, probably one of your teens, that you don't have a passenger side brake pedal. You can. I think we use a company called TeenSafe Brake. They cost a few $100. If that's not your thing, not a big deal. But the first thing I want to talk about is if we need to do the oh my golly, we need to stop, and we need to stop now. And a lot of times yelling stop doesn't get them to stop. So there's a few things that we can do to take action. First of all, if your parking brake is accessible, you can pull the parking brake. Now, in this current 2017 Civic that we actually have an electronic parking brake. So, electronic parking brakes, you can actually still use like a regular, they're actually quite strong, and what you want to do is pull up on it and stay pulled up on it. So, if you just do it once, it won't really do much of anything while you're driving, but if you pull up on it and stay up on it, then you'll actually stop the car quite quickly. So you can do that. And another thing that most people don't realize is, you know, your life is actually worth a lot more than the transmission of the car you're driving. So if you gotta stop, here's what I want you to do. So we're in drive right now, and you realize, oh my gosh, there's a stop sign there, there's cars coming, we need to stop. Throw it in park while you're moving. Of course, I didn't do that on this car. And one of the things that I actually learned about this car, and probably true for a lot of newer cars, so try it if you want. This car, that doesn't work. It acknowledges that, hey, we're moving, that's a dangerous thing, that's a bad thing to do your transmission, so it won't actually let me do that. So, of course, I have my secret weapon down here, passenger side brake pedal. I don't know how well you can see that, but anyways, I have my passenger side brake pedal. Okay, so if we need to stop, we do have a couple tools, and not just our voice. Oh, let's talk about how to, most new parents, or people new to instructing, use different words. After doing this for 6 or so years, I've learned that there's language that works and language that doesn't work. Language that doesn't work, if you're 300 feet before a stop sign and you know it's about time to start slowing down, but your student's not, don't say stop. Because they're thinking, well, the stop sign's way up there. Why should I even be using stop? What you mean is start slowing down. Use the brakes. Start slowing down a little more and a little more. But don't say stop, because here's how the conversation's actually going to go. Stop. 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 Stop! Now! Okay, so don't use the word stop until it's actually time to actually stop. Talk to them about slowing down, talking about brake pedal pressure. And then most of the time you're used to getting that hard jerk at the end of it. Like, having a smooth stop when you're a new driver is really hard. Now, what I've learned is, now most of us experienced drivers do this without even realizing we're doing it, but the way to have a smooth stop is to, right before you feel that head jerk, let off the brake pedal about halfway. So you're pushing on the brake pedal, and right before you feel that complete stop, you let off just a little bit. Not all the way off, just a little bit. So, you're slowing down, right before you feel that complete stop, let off a little bit. That's going to do wonders for smooth stopping, and the student's going to love knowing that, because you're going to want to drive with them a little bit more, and you're not going to pay so much to your chiropractor. We like your chiropractor, but maybe he doesn't need all of your money. So, the other thing that people forget that you can do when you're in the passenger seat, you're not just limited to your voice, you're not just limited to what I just told you, parking brake and shifter, but the other thing that you can very much do is reach over and grab the steering wheel. Now, here's one of the reasons that I love when their hands are at 10 and 2. Because if I need to turn hard right and quick, I can easily grab between their hands in the center and pull it to the right. And if I need to turn hard left, I can grab to the left and turn it to the left. So, remember, you can grab the steering wheel and you can actually turn it. Now here's my recommendation. 2 fingers on the inside of the steering wheel. So if we need to turn, this is how I can parallel park, back around a corner, do all sorts of maneuvers from the passenger side. This is really important for, and this also really helps them for lane control. You'll notice most of the time that they want to hug the right side of the lane. That's because they're used to looking at the car, not from the driver. They're not used to looking at it from this side of the road. They're used to looking at it from this side of the road, right? So, which means that they're going to hug the right because they're used to being on the right side of the road. They need to learn to be in the, not the left side of the road, but the left side of their lane, right? So just a matter of perspective. So just the awareness of that makes a world of difference. They want to put their right foot, their gas pedal, right over the grease line or the center of the lane for most cars, unless you're at a big truck or SUV, even a little further left. So they got to get used to being a little closer to seeing those oncoming cars. They need to get used to feeling a little closer to those double yellow lines in the center of the road if those are there. That's good stuff. As always, you want to start them off in your own vehicle. You want to start them off in the most simple, easy stuff. A big open parking lot is great. And then once they've kind of got the feel of gas and brakes and steering and all that, move them out to the open road. So that's what I recommend for people who aren't professionals at teaching driving instruction. So hopefully those will get you started. Please feel free to ask me more questions. What language is working for you? Maybe language isn't working for you. You keep having a consistent problem. How do you fix it? I would love to do more videos on that kind of stuff. So comment, share. Love to know what you have to say.